You still getting Botox every couple of months, lad?
What the hell? Why are we starting with this? Oh. Straight to the point. You haven't even introduced me. You haven't even introduced me. And do you know what? I can't even get angry because I can't look it. Do you know what I mean?
You can't get angry because your face doesn't move.
Because I could be happy, I could be sad, I could be angry, I could be crying, but I've got one facial expression for the lot. How did you know that?
A little friend of yours fucking told me. So what I do?
It's my brother, isn't it?
No, he wouldn't give me anything.
Your
pizza was well behaved, right?
Was he?
Yeah, I was asking him, he was like, I can't give you anything. He's like, he was giving me little soft things, and I was like, that's funny, but I want to nail him. And it was a mate of yours. Wayne.
Oh, lad. Oh, I can't wait to see him, you know. He's about 6'5", those won't be able to get him.
Do you know what though, right? I always say this, so when I record, I try and open it with something random, just breaks the ice, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
and
you've done a good job there.
I just search through social media to find like people you tagged with, all friends and family, and ask them for like messages of our fucking 400 people for every guest. And hardly anyone gets back to me, because if you just have a random person sliding into the DMs asking random questions, you're like, fuck off, aren't you?
Yeah.
And I struggle, like no one would give me anything for you. And
the people respond.
Someone just fucking ignore you. Some go, oh, I've not really got anything.
The worst thing about it, no one's got on me to say, who's this kid asking me personal questions about you? Not one person. I don't think anyone cares about me.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I get Botox, yeah. That's a good start, isn't it?
I said to him, I was like, have you got anything on Phil? He was like, I've got anything you want. How below the line do you want to go? And I'm like, it's got to be aired. He went, sound then.
Yeah, sound. Okay, so he had categories immediately. He went, this is things, and there's a lot of things that can't be aired.
Yeah, this is acceptable.
There's a lot of things, but Botox, that's not too bad. It's close to the level, it's all right.
Oh, no way. So
yeah.
are you, lad, anyway? You good?
I'm all right, lad. Yeah, fresh.
Good, lad. What have you been up to today?
Today, do you know what? Done my elbow in a bit.
I seen you before, elbow on the ice or something.
Elbow on the ice. So I've been saying for about 12 years, so this is super unfortunate. If anyone else, they probably wouldn't give a crap. But for myself, training every single day, it's affected me mentally more than anything. I ended up doing my back in about 4 years ago, and I was out of action about 2 months, and it was destroying me mentally, because obviously it changed my life.
Yeah, it is.
Elbow wise though, it was quite frustrating, because I've done it in boxing, and I'm not exactly a boxer.
So not even just
so wasn't even like my kind of speciality as such. And it was this lad Connor. I hope he's listening to this, because one day I'm gonna get better than him. I'm gonna spark him. That's what's gonna happen. He's my new goal. So he's like borderline professional. He's a good fighter. So he gets me on the pads like twice a week.
Okay.
So I was getting better and better, and we had a little spar, but he only goes to my level all the time. So if I go 10%, he goes 10%. So I go 20, he goes 20.
Yeah.
So it
just matches you all the way through.
Matches me all the way through. And this last round, he went to me, I'm going to throw it on you. And straight away, I thought, I don't like the idea of this at all. And I said to him, listen, I'm going off for some food with my bird later. Don't be whacking me with a black eye. Take it easy. And he was like, Sam. So he went straight in with the body and he started whacking me. And I was like, cover
as
up.
well, so he's like, he's going to take this.
Yeah, and he went for me. And my only defence was attack.
Yeah.
So I had to go back, and I probably wasn't hitting him anywhere near as much as he was hitting me. But I whacked him anyway, and my elbow just went on me. And I fell 6 straight away. He said he hurt something. And I went 6 straight away. I had to say, stop. And then he had to kind of carry me like to the bathroom a little bit, and I went white. And I thought my elbow's
something's fucked there then.
But you can see my elbow bone.
Yeah.
There, but you can't see nothing there.
It's just swollen.
So it's just swollen. It's just all
fucking water in there.
Squish.
Yeah.
So it should be an A&E now. We've got better things to do. We got it.
Fucking hell, yeah.
You're in A&E instead of A&E. I can't mess
heavy, that. Are you going to go afterwards, lad?
No, I'm not, because it's look at that.
That is fucked.
So no, I'm not going to go. The hospital's a bit depressing, aren't they? But and I'll be there about 3 hours in A&E, well as all.
People fucking getting treated for shag and bats and all that.
Exactly that, lad. Exactly that.
Grim, innit?
Okay, it's grim. I just feel like my levels just go low. When I walk into A&E, I'm got it in me.
I can't deal with it anymore. Like our baby, the youngest one, then like he lived in all day for like 6 months when he was born. He couldn't feed, so he was like peg fed. And like a couple of months ago, he ate himself again. And I was like, I'm not taking him to the hospital. I can't. It was bad enough when it was fucking normal. Now with all these restrictions and all that, it's just the worst thing in the world. That's just fucking, I can't deal with hospitals anymore. It's just grim.
And you got to wear a mask for the whole time while you're in there, which obviously you don't understand, but
I'm fucking now as well. I'm out of breath all the time as it is. Then I've got a fucking mask on, a sweaty beard in my mask and everything. Oh, it's just horrible.
Yeah, I wouldn't want you to come into my room, like if you walked in like that. Like, just really need a mask on. But get involved then with your PT.
I need to. I fucking need to. Like, he gives me grief all the time. Like, I've let myself go massively. I put about 4 stone on in lockdown.
But you know what? Lockdown's affected so many people, though. Mentally.
I'm blaming lockdown. It's just fucking decision making.
Well, you know what? No, lockdown, it has, though. It has. I mean, it's hard because obviously for the last 18 months,
Yeah.
gyms have been closed for the majority, haven't they? So even if you weren't properly into the gym anyway, that the fact that it was an option for you, then gyms closed and it just messed it.
It's extremes, innit? So like, I was never a massive gym head because like I just did never have the time. But I tried to go, and I had a decent diet. And then when I stopped going, I was just like, I'm just gonna fucking like live off the chippy. Like, it's bad. Like, I've mentioned it a few times, but all the lads in work were giving me grief because I get takeaways all the time. So I went on my Just Eat account, and my Just Eat account is only like kebabs and pizzas.
Yeah.
My bed's anaphylactic, so we don't get a Chinese, and then if it's a Mackey's and a KF, we just drive there, so it's not on Just Eat. And from November 2019 to November 2020, I spent £2,700 on Just Eat.
God.
On fucking kebabs and that.
That's heavy.
And the thing is, like, I had Kev Poole on, and we were talking about like the price of PTs and stuff, and I was like, when you can't even tell me you can't afford it, when you just spend fucking $2,500 on takeaways.
That's a lot of takeaways. That's lovely, that though, you know.
Do you know what though? Like,
You kept these in business.
I get Christmas cards and birthday cards and everything.
Christmas
off
cards,
them,
you
I
know,
swear.
you got it!
Do you know, I'm not even messing, lad, right? There's Carlitos by ours when we grew up, right? It was my fucking favourite takeaway, little pizza place. And I went round one day and it was closed. And I was like, what the fuck's going on? So I phoned his mobile. And I was like, lad, what's happening? He was like, oh, we're getting refurbishments due. And he went, we'll be closed for 2 weeks. I was like, sound fucking cold turkey for 2 weeks. Phoned him on like fucking 2 weeks to that day, and he was like, still closed, it's been a delay, it's like another 6 weeks. And I was like, I was crying, I was going to kill one of the kids and everything, like my head had fell off.
For the
Bad. And then I was in work one day, my phone rang, and it was just like a withheld number, and I answered, and he was like, Gary, it's fucking Dave from Carlitos, we're opening today. I was like, fucking, sound lad, I'll be there straight after work. And I was like, what is my life come to?
His name definitely wasn't Dave, though, was it?
I was like getting fucking dead excited for the takeaway to open and everything. And then he sold it, a little prick, and the new owners are shit. It tastes like fucking assholes now. So I'm fucking gutted.
Standing outside with your ball protector.
Oh yeah, like fucking
David,
protest and everything. Yeah. Everyone's down in London doing like COVID fucking protests. I'm outside the takeaway, get the owner back, you little rat. Fucking bad, innit? So I like sort of talking about early years with some of my guests and all that. So where did you grow up?
West Derby.
West Derby, through and through, are you? What school did you go to?
Warrior. St Eddie's. So I went to St Paul's. What?
St Eddie's, was you?
I was. Yeah, you're going to say something, little posh cunt. That's why I knew you were going to say that, you know. Thought it's just like,
a few of my mates went to Eddie's anyway.
No, so I went to St Paul's first. Then.
By the old Melwood.
Yeah, by there.
Yeah.
Then went to St Eddie's.
Yeah. Good school, the Eddie's, though.
It was a good school, to be fair.
I went to Cardline, and that's why I'm a little rat.
That's why you're hard.
Yeah.
That's why you're hard, yeah. How old are you?
30.
Do you know my cousin?
What?
Michael Cribley.
Know the name, yeah. I think he was the year above me. How old do you know?
I mean, Tom Cribley was in your year as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I was 30 in March, so...
Oh, so I'm 32 next month.
Are you?
Yeah, but they all went to Carly. They're all my cousins then.
But... Did your Peter go to the Eddie's as well, did he?
He went to his posh boy like
how
me,
old's Peter? No, Peter's a couple of years younger
than
me.
This thing someone said to me the other day, I've got 2 younger brothers.
Because his mate Sean...
I haven't got a clue.
You know Sean Brady? Peter's mate, it's me Bear's brother.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't got a clue how old you are. Yeah, but I know they're like late 20s.
Well, I always say this to me Bear, like in my head, Sean's still 21 and he's not. He's got fucking 2 kids and he's about 27 or something now, but I'm not asked anymore.
Yeah, Peter acts like a kid though, doesn't he? Do you know what I mean? He's 20 in the head still and he hasn't grown up yet. But yeah, so West Derby, me, right through. And then I worked in the air now in the village.
In the village?
Yeah, and that grew me up. Like, Eddie's didn't.
Yeah.
That's all, as you can imagine. But, geez, I seen some sites in there. So I started in there when I was 16.
Fucking hell.
And I think at that, in there, like, you get so streetwise as well when you're in that environment all the time. So I started there with 16 on a bar by when I was 18. And you just put into that environment straight away. So you grow up quickly. You see things, you fight, you see, like, all birds, everything that might be. Yeah. And you just put you in that environment. You grew up quick. And then from 18 to about 24, I was in there. But I started PTing when I was about 22.
Did you?
Yeah,
so I was going to say then, like, you always haven't been fucking that big, have you? Like, you know what I mean?
Thanks, love. The elbows giving me a bit of...
He's blagging, he's just smashing elbows out. This one's bigger.
Start this arm, man.
Pictures on that side, yeah.
Get that one in there.
Bulk season, just smashing elbows in boxing. So, when did you decide, fuck it, I want to get in shape?
Do you know what it was? I think I was always I'm only 5'8", do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I was always the little chunky kid in school. And I was never fantastic at sport. I always got involved. Yeah. But I was always like 7 out of 10. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? It was always like the cool kids that were right up there.
You were the last to get picked.
Yeah, I wouldn't say last. That wasn't you. Do you know I wasn't you.
Okay, I'll throw shade and everything. That light's finished.
But I was like, I'm always average. Always average. Yeah. And then, I don't know what it was. I don't know why. But I just got into the gym, so it was never fantastic or anything. Like, it was never great at footy. I was playing footy, it was never great. And then I started getting into the gym, and then I remember walking into the gym for the first time, and I Googled, like, back. Do you know what I mean? So obviously back in the day, it was like chest was back. Now, obviously, it's a lot more advanced. I know a lot more advanced stuff. But then I thought, right, what's a good thing to do in the gym?
Yeah.
And then
you find out photos.
And that's all it was. I was on Men's Health.
The muscle and all that.
I remember looking at Men's Health before I went into the gym. Should have took the magazine with me because I was clueless by the time I got there. Looking at Men's Health, like back exercises, like sand. This fella is a beast. Do you know what I mean? So like straight into the gym. Walked into the gym with back in my head. And I walked in there, thought I don't remember any of them exercises. So I was looking at all the machines, and the only thing with backing was back extension. So I sat on this machine away for half an hour, just doing like that. I don't know back anyway, but that's all I could do. I thought, damn, I look like a right wally here. So I went back and then started researching a lot more, enjoyed that environment.
That's the thing though with the gym, because you are thrown in the deep end, and I know we have the power of fucking the internet now, and you can research whatever.
I think that's negative as well, the internet. So I remember when I walked in there, I mean, I was a confident kid anyway, but I had no anxiety. I didn't give a shit about anyone else. However, if it was now, I think I probably would, like everyone else has.
Well, it does me head in when you see like pictures of like fucking like a really fat person on a treadmill and they're getting trolled. I'm like, but that's the purpose of going to a gym is to fucking lose weight and get better. So why are you fucking giving them shit when they're there for the right reasons? You know what I mean?
And the chances are the people who troll them probably just sit at home.
Like me, spending $2.5 on fucking GPs.
Smoking, keeping Just Eat in business.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Not doing anything, but they might not be overweight, but they feel like they can give a little bit of grief to someone who's on a treadmill, and it's terrible. So in this day and age, social media has destroyed it. It's fantastic in many aspects, but it's so negative. Well,
I want to touch on social media a bit further on, like, but so then obviously you fucking started the gym and all that yourself.
So I've got a little story I'll tell them before we get into it. So this is a bit of a negative thing as well. This story it's quite heavy, so I don't really speak about this a lot either. And I was going to mess it about this as well, but thought, you know, but now we're in that environment. So I was about 19, 20 when I first got into the gym. Started PT at 22, but like I said, I was always a chunky kid. So I used to be about 13 and a half stone. Not in shape at all, never been in a gym in my life, about 19. And then this research that I started doing, all the exercise, blah, blah, became an obsession in about 6 months. And then I was obsessed with the magazines. Obviously, there's no Instagram or Facebook then. Obsessed with the magazines, looking at these guys like ripped, blah, blah, blah. I thought, I want that. I had that in my head all of a sudden. And then I lost like 4 stone. So I went down from 13 and a half stone to 9 and a half stone. And I still didn't have abs at all. So I was obsessed with food. This was about maybe 6 to 9 months process. And that obsession then become like really negative in my mindset as well. So I was obsessed with myself, and like I felt I was fat. Started having really bad body. Failing was awful.
That's scary, that.
To the point where at 9.5 stone, I thought I still needed to lose weight. So I then found forums about bulimic as well. So I was actually bulimic for about 4 months, which is making yourself sick, so you enjoy food. So I was obsessed with just getting the scales down, and the lightest weight I was 8 stone 13, but I was so ill. Physically and mentally.
It's scary how powerful the mind is, because obviously you can put, you know, the mind to something positive, but
and
in terms of negative things, if you're thinking about you want to look like them, and then you think you're failing, and it went down to the blame you thing.
I just got into a trap, it was like a rabbit hole. So I just kind of started off quite positive, losing a bit of weight. I was a little bit chunky, losing a bit of weight, and then it became an obsession to the point where I was ill, and then I hated myself, and confidence was gone, lost all this weight, didn't feel great about myself, became bulimic, made myself sick. And then I remember, obviously, I talk so much on my social media about the science of weight loss and weight gain, and it's all down to calories. So before MyFitnessPal was a thing, I don't know if you heard of that, but it's a way of monitoring how much food you're consuming. I used to write down how many calories I'd eat in a day, and it'd only be about 700 or 900, which is super low, by the way.
So low.
So I then go into the gym, and whatever that number was exact, I'd be on the treadmill until I'd done that exact number.
Really?
Yeah.
How much
7 days a week. Oh,
that's fucking scary. Then
my mum was on me. My mum was
running
for
on
help and all
nothing, aren't you?
But nothing. Yeah. That's why I got to eat. Yeah. So
that's scary.
And it was all about this obsession in my head. And I have no idea what really triggered it.
But that's where the power of education comes into play with fitness, because you just wanted to look like them and wanted abs, and you just thought, I'm just gonna fucking stop eating and just keep doing this. Whereas there's certain fucking avenues you've got to go down. You know, it is a science. That's all it is. People just think, I can get abs tomorrow. It doesn't work like that, does it? You know what I mean? And everybody's different. So Scary, that don't.
It was petrified. Yeah, I look back now and think I can't believe I went through that. Obviously,
yeah.
that's like 12 years ago now.
But are you glad you did?
Yeah, to an extent, yeah, I wouldn't be here where I am now. Do you know what I mean? I'm in a fantastic position now, which we will talk about briefly. But the turning point, what actually happened, the turning point, I remember walking into a shop. It's now called Teen Nutrition in Liverpool, but I don't remember what it used to be called. It's above the Lisbon in town.
Okay, Victoria Street.
Yeah, Victoria Street.
Yeah, I know where it is now, yeah.
And I walked into that shop and I'm obviously obsessed with little calories. I walked in there, dead skinny little Phil.
Yeah.
First thing I seen was these two guys that were behind the counter and they both jacked. I thought
swollen.
straight away, like that's my image. Anyway, forget about that. I kind of went over to the protein shakes and I looked at every packet and tried to find the lowest calorie one. And then they both looked at me and said, "Do you need any help?" Blah, blah, blah. And I went, "Yeah, I'm just looking for the least calories in this protein shake." And they both went, you know, took a eye on me and think, right, he's a skinny lad. Like, why do you want to do this? I went, I just want to lose a bit of weight. He was like, no, you don't need to lose any weight. In fact, let's go down this route. Yeah. And since they told me this weight gainer, that was petrifying to me. It was like 500-600 calories. I thought, no way am I having that. I've been on a treadmill for fucking 4 days. Do you know what I mean? So they said this, but then they sat me down. So they seen a bit of insecurities, or they seen like a lot of negatives within me in like a short space of time. They sat me down, put me to one side. The shop was empty, thankfully, and they said, "This is what you need to do." And it was just a massive turning point. They gave me links to websites to go and research, like proper little things.
That's posture, you need to
unbelievable, and it saved me life, like it really did, because I'm now the person I am now. And then from 8 stone 13 went to 10 stone within, because my body was just like that. Went to 10 stone, I got leaner. I thought, fucking magic. Do you know what I mean? I got leaner, like so started, like, my abs started coming through, and I was like 14, 15 pounds heavier because my body was so malnourished. So
that's scary, though, isn't
scary,
it?
yeah.
That is fucking. Listen, thank you very much for sharing, mate. I wouldn't even have known that.
And I think I'm open to talking about it more so now, because hopefully you can help people.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? That's it.
I get that. So then, when you went through that phase, and then you were on the sort of right path then, and you were in the gym, you were eating properly, you knew what you were doing. What goals did you set yourself then?
Well, started getting in shape then. So started really being, it was a positive addiction to the gym then. Do you know what I mean? I didn't go 7 times a week. I was going maybe 4 to 5, which is a reasonable amount. I was eating a good amount of calories and adequate amount for your body. Started getting in shape, people started recognising that. And then people started asking me loads of questions. Like, I was always quite into the research side of things anyway, so my knowledge upon training and nutrition now was quite good. And I was into it. People used to ask me questions, so I started writing loads of plans out for people, and I wasn't bothered about the money at this point, because I
wanted to help people.
Yeah, I wanted to help people. I had a full-time job in home office, working in the pub of an evening, some evenings anyway.
Fucking hell, it's a busy routine.
Busy routine, mate. Yeah.
You haven't time to rest.
I used to go to the gym at about 7 in the morning, get into home office 9 till 5, and then, to be fair, the pub was weekends, really. Do you know what I mean? Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Too bad then.
But it was sound, and it was good, like I say. So I had a bit of everything. I had decent income coming in. The pub, you know, it's a good social atmosphere.
You're having a laugh with everyone, aren't you?
The gym was there. My confidence was so much better, and I was at a good, healthy weight. People started asking me questions, and he kind of said, "Can you help me out?" And then I thought, why don't I do this as a job? I remember hearing someone on the radio whilst I was in the gym about becoming a PT.
Fucking, I'm going to do it.
Do it. Spent $3,000 on a PT course.
Like, it is, like I say, there's not enough knowledge out there. Going back to saying, like, when I was going to the gym, I didn't have any motivation. I didn't know what I was doing when I'd go in. And there was a lad in our work who was a big lad, and he was like, "Do you want me to go to the gym? Yeah, I'll just give you some guidance." And I was like, "Yeah, sound." So I remember the first day we went to was it every the one in Speak behind the Mackies and that. I think it's changed now.
Oh, it was 24 like, fit in a
something
cube.
Like that. Yeah. No, not the cube one. No, Hunt's Cross by the Mackies and Hunt's Cross.
DW.
Yeah. So I was in there, and I went in fucking 6 in the morning with him, and I remember the first session. I just went to him, "I need a piss, lad." And I just snuck away, and I just vomited all over the fucking bathroom. I just done a pure gym whitey everywhere, and I felt bang on, so I started cleaning up myself, right? And he come in looking for me, he's like, "What the fuck are you doing, lad?" I was like, "You pushed me too hard, you dickhead." He was like, "You're that's it, you."
It was like, "What, just warmed up?"
Yeah, I know, yeah. And then he had me in the gym for about 4 or 5 months, and I was seeing change. Like, I was enjoying life. I was in much better shape. I weren't fucking massive, or I weren't ripped or anything, but I just felt so much healthier. I was eating cleaner and stuff. He had me on a good diet and all that. And then the baby was born, and the baby was sick, and then I just fucking fell off the wagon big time. And then he left our work, and then that was my excuse then, because he left work. I was like, "I've got no gym buddy now. I'm not going anymore."
Yeah, it's easy for them excuses, isn't it? But he's done a good job for 5 months, so he'll be able to come back.
But it's having someone sort of there who has a little bit about them, who knows what they're talking about, that you can lean on.
And he held you accountable as well, didn't he?
Exactly, yeah.
You know what I mean? He didn't want to let him down.
Like, I work in the office, so I'm an engineer, so I'm predominantly in the office at my desk, and he was on the shop floor, but he worked for the launch team, but he was out on the shop floor. And every now and then he'd just come into the office and I'd just hear him, he'd stand at the door and he'd be like, put that fucking chocolate bar down your dickhead. And I'm like, oh yeah, sorry lad.
Yeah, sorry.
And I felt bad and I was like, I'm looking over my shoulder for lads in work, so I'm eating fucking biscuits and everything.
But you need that though, don't you?
Yeah.
You need that when it happens. You need someone there with a little bit of guidance, a little bit of push, a bit of motivation.
Massively. So then when you mentioned then about you heard the stuff on the radio and about going into PT, how did you sort of approach that then?
Well, so I ended up taking a little loan out because it was £3.5 for this PT course, which is quite frustrating because nowadays they're free.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So I've been bummed there, haven't I? So £3.5 for this PT course anyway, but it was very intense, and that's why I'm a little bit against the PT courses now, which we'll talk about in a second. But mine was for 6 months. So it was intense. I even failed the first one. Really? And then it was like, well, you failed it. And then they give you an opportunity, obviously, to retake it. And I had to research and retake it again and go through it properly. So it was super tough. There was no multiple choice. None of this.
Yeah,
because it was a question there. You think, well, he's got 25% to get it right. Do you know what I mean? Percent chance. Whereas nowadays, they're free, they're online, and it's within 2 weeks. So I just think, I understand the government's idea of getting lads off the streets or girls off the streets.
But that's dangerous though, because you're putting people out there in an industry and people are looking at them going, oh, they're professionals and fucking relying on them to help them. And then when they can't help them, it has a knock on the mental state and then it has the adverse effect and they fucking go down the rabbit hole.
And I felt like with my course being quite intense, I was ready for hard work. Whereas now people do this in 2 weeks and think, right, okay, I'm just going to put PT in my name on Instagram and expect people to message me and give me $400 a month.
Don't. Does me fucking nothing.
Exactly. So it is, but then just loads of opportunities for personal trainers out there because there's a lot of PTs who are, people spout so much shit on there as well. It's ridiculous. And then because the crap PTs, they think, right, I'm going to sell this product instead because I'm not getting any money.
Yeah, product placements everywhere.
Oh
it's
my
fucking frustrating. I can't deal with it.
I know you only like some bear to lose £5. Next minute, the name's Keto Karen on fucking Instagram. Do you know what I mean?
Remember when what was that fucking Herbalife one that was going around?
Oh, Herbalife, still there. It's still there.
Listen, mate, there's some bird that I used to know, and she's a large bird, right? And her partner became a Herbalife distributor. But he was a fat cunt as well. And I was like, haven't you got to have like proven results to fucking sell it? And then one day I seen her like add a bacon butty and washed it down with a fucking Herbalife milkshake. And I was like, that's meant to be your meal replacement. It's not your fucking drink with your bacon butty. Yeah, she was like, that bacon butty's then down fucking milkshake. I was like, oh my dude.
I thought it baffles me. It baffles me. It's yeah, it is. And it's just an easy money making scheme, bit of a pyramid scheme. And I think people who do fads, and a lot of people are quite lazy.
Yeah.
Ultimately, because it is, I think deep down they know, they must look at these tablets, think these fat burning tablets are not going to work. However, I'm still going to fucking do it.
It's just a placebo, isn't it?
It's a placebo. It is.
That's all it is. Like, I don't want to put the work in. I don't want to graft. I want to take this tablet and be fucking skinny tomorrow. Yeah. And they expect gains overnight as well.
I know. So it's took months, if not years, to get them in that position. And they expect to go within 2 weeks and then throw the towel in when it gets a little bit difficult. Yeah. Getting in shape is very, very hard.
It is.
Very hard. Mentally, more so than physically as well. Because you've got to have that consistency.
It's all the yo-yos, innit? You've got to be able to deal with them and battle with them.
I was literally talking to someone today. So one of my clients started about, I'd say 2 weeks ago. Now, in her first week, she lost £5 in her first week, which is fantastic. But I was explaining, listen, bit of water weight going on there. Don't be, don't get carried away. Don't get carried away. In her next week, she lost £1. And she was so disarmed by that. And I'm like, listen, a pound's better. I mean, if I threw a rock at you, it hurt. So accept it, like, in that aspect. You built the first week up to be fantastic. And she's large. I won't go into weight and all that, but she's large. And she's had months and, like, say, years of these bad habits. And then 2 weeks into this diet, she's disheartened herself already. I'm thinking, I've got a long road ahead of you.
Yeah.
You're going to have weeks where you do fantastic, put a pound on. How you deal with these little bad weeks will determine your success.
You're shocking your body. Your body's changing.
Yeah.
A lot of the time when you do start changing your diet and stuff, your body goes, I'm going to know what the fuck's going on.
Yeah.
So it's not just going to start fucking shedding the weight either.
No, not at all. It takes a lot of adapting to it and you got to be prepared.
And is it true that sort of like, because when people do all these like Slim World diets and they go in for weigh day and all that, like people get disarmed when they don't lose nothing to go. I've had a boss week, but like some fella in work was saying to me, like normally if you work hard now Monday to Friday, you don't really see that until the following week anyway.
To an extent, it depends on, that's all down to the individual. It is. Well, it would happen straight away, but depending on your physical work, like you're like a labourer, they could be like doing a bit more intense stuff. So in all fairness, you might be in a more of a calorie deficit to lose weight, but it's all down to the individual. And then stress, then lack of sleep. Things like that, they all, like, if you have a weekend where you have fantastic sleep and you're very healthy and then your stress decreases, then you'll do well with the weight loss.
Yeah.
Whereas Monday to Friday, if you're super stressed, you're very busy with work, you deal with all the kids, minimal sleep, then that weight ain't going to shift as fast as what you'd like.
And I think people get fixated on numbers on a scales as
Very
well, don't
much
they?
so.
And that's probably one of the worst things to do, because I imagine you've got plenty of clients who are doing fantastic and they're losing inches and the body form's changing, but the scales aren't.
Yeah.
But you're there to remind them, look how fucking good you are. Look at your pictures, look at your before and afters and all that.
Pictures, look at the measurements, look at your confidence, look at your skin, look at your sleep,
Everything.
look at your energy.
I know it sounds daft, but like when I was like eating clean, even like my shits were healthy and everything. I was having, do you know,
little one wipers.
It does sound, it is, little ghost shits everywhere. You're like, yeah, hang on a minute, where's that gone? Fucking nothing on the tissue and all that.
That's what I mean.
But it is, it's like everything changes, your lifestyle becomes much better, you feel so much healthier. Like you're not fucking blowing out of your ass, climbing up the stairs, chasing the kids and everything.
There's a million things, and I think education's important as well. So when you do something properly, then you've given yourself the ability to think, do you know what, this worked for me.
Yeah.
I know how to count my calories. I know what I'm allowed, what I'm not allowed. I know how to have a balanced weekend. Yeah. And people can disregard that. It's like before, you were all over the place. You didn't know what to do. You didn't know how to get going with your own journey. And now you do. Give yourself a lot more credit.
Exactly. So, we're 20 odd minutes in night already, I can see how passionate you are about it.
Yeah, get angry, don't I?
So, why are you so passionate about the industry?
I think I'm passionate about the industry because there's so... It's just a mess at the moment, isn't it? Like, Instagram has given people, uneducated people, an opportunity to deliver their over-opinionated voices. Yeah. That's a quote. Okay? That's a quote.
Keep that. I'll clip that bit and send you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. See me next week with that quote above me. Yeah. But that's what it is. Like, people go like, Love Island starts tonight, and it's doing me. I didn't want to throw my head against the wall, but I'll still watch it. Want to throw my head against the wall. But it's a case where people go on there and then you come out with 1.5 million followers. Next minute, like, whatever, it's these people, like, whatever. But they'll then be dissed with all these promotional offers. I'm not saying they feel too good to go back to work in Tesco's, but that's kind of what happens. And then they get all these promotional products. A lot of it's weight loss. Their target audience is like 16 to 24-year-olds, 32. Do you know what I mean? That's their target audience. And they start selling these potentially crap products. And
they all do a fucking fitness DVD and everything.
God, there's all kinds going on. All kinds going on.
It is frustrating.
It's very frustrating. So
I had a conversation with someone who was trying to get into the sort of clothes business, working really hard, fucking had a really good business model, had really good products, but just didn't have a platform, so just weren't selling anything. Fucking a couple come out of Love Island, said, oh, we're going to start selling clothes, and there was a documentary on them, and they've got this fucking clothes business, and they're fucking making a fortune off it, because they've got like 1.8 million followers on Instagram. You only have to sell to fucking 1% of that, and there's fucking what?
Yeah, they can sell their own shit.
It's daft, because you get genuine people who are grafting, trying to earn a living, and fucking someone who's on telly fucking getting the tits out or something makes it kill.
It's unfortunate, but I think it's more so that my message is solid. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? My message is solid. I don't spout any crap that's out there. I'll always be 100% accurate with everything I say. I won't put anything out on social media unless I know it's true. Whereas people, even like local PTs, spout a lot of crap as well. But then these Instagrammers, they have no care about the people they're selling it to. And people who buy them products are quite vulnerable. So you might have someone who's really overweight. They've battled with their life physically and mentally for years. And they're purchasing this product and they are delivering a message to promise to help them when they can't. Yeah. So it's a fake promise.
It is a false promises. And the thing is, all you've got to look at, if you look at sort of just Liverpool in itself and you look at the PTs around the city, the genuine ones have longevity. They fucking last. How long have you been running for now as a PT?
12 years.
12 years, exactly. You're still here, you're fucking flying. You've got clients coming back to you, you've got fucking new clients coming through the door all the time. You've probably been about fucking 200 PTs started last week and fucking failed today, do you know what I mean? Yeah. Because people just jump on the bandwagon, think they can jump into this market, earn quick money, and then they just fall off. It is all about being honest and then the longevity, innit?
That's it, and then that's why, obviously, the government scheme, the 2 weeks, doesn't help the situation at all. It's like, it's so easy to keep going PT, and next minute, people expect it to be easy.
But does that piss you off when you fucking spend $3.5 grand that to get a loan, work hard, and then there's just people like fucking clicking it?
But then I also think that taught me so much. Like, that was 6 months of hard work. Yeah. That put me into the world thinking, right, this is not going to be easy. And I started off before there was any social media. Yeah. So I had to go and do the old school way of putting my business card into like all these shops. Just put the business card in and see it come flicking out. I'm like, put it back in there. Do you know what I mean? Little bastard, yeah. Go on in, let's go. So I had to do all that. And then I used to go around training people for free, trying to get my name out there. Very, very, very difficult. Now, I think people are lazy nowadays anyway. It is. They expect it to be easy. Just put PT in your name or put MUA in your name, you do hair, and just expect clients to come flocking. So you gotta have something different about yourself.
You gotta build a portfolio as well.
You gotta have a unique selling point, haven't you? You gotta have something about you. What can you offer? That, I mean, not that other people can't, but have a strong message.
Yeah.
So I think like my social media is like very passionate about the diet side of things because so many people spout so much shit, and I've got a lot of obviously testimonials.
Well, that's the thing. So obviously, fucking social media does have a lot of negatives to it, but in the current climate, you've got to move forward with the world, and you know it can be a powerful tool if used correctly, and you are using it in the right way.
Yeah.
You know, all your videos that you do, your YouTube channel and stuff, you've got videos with tons of information on helping people. Your Instagram, it's an amazing account. You're not sitting there just fucking blagging people's heads. You know what I mean? So how do you approach social media then? Like when?
Because I think for me, it's obviously people use it a lot for personal use, don't they? And my 100% thing with social media is business. Yeah,
that's why I struggled to nail you, because I couldn't get anything personal on you.
Yeah, there we go. Well, I'm not going to put got Botox on me. I'm dead, am I? I mean, I think it gives it away.
That you locked out frown.
You know what I mean? It's no movement at all.
There's a lad in our work who gets Botox all the time, but it's gone fucking bad, and I call him Jackie Stallone. It's funny, like his face is finished.
Is it? See, I wouldn't go that far. I mean, don't get on. You might just see me in about a year's time. I'll be back on this show, but like a black nose and everything, lad.
Remember that Big Brother years ago, the journalist who got the ab implants? You remember that?
Oh my god, yeah.
Remember him?
Yeah.
Oh mate, that was hilarious. Big fat fella, big ape
that was great. That what a guy.
Sorry, so go on. Your approach to social media then?
I think it's just a business approach.
Yeah,
it's a business approach. I don't really talk too much about my personal life. However, I do like to kind of put things up that I'm a human. Do you know what I mean? So
you've got to remind people that you're a fucking human.
Like this is how you go about saying things. I go on holiday. Do you know what I mean? I go out with my girl. Go out with the lads. I'll have a few drinks. I'll have a pizza, whatever it might be. And I make people aware that you can't have a pizza and you can't be in fantastic shape. So I'm just showing people. It's like a hidden message, isn't it? Really?
Because I imagine if you didn't have any of that on there, and then someone clocked you having a fucking pizza or something, they'd be like, "What the fuck's going on? Get a photo and all that." You know what I mean? He's a liar. He's having pizzas and all that. So if you just drop it in every now and then, like I'm a fucking human being.
That's it. But obviously, once again, I know how to make it work. Do you know what I mean? So it's like I say, it's a hidden message. So I think for me, it's not as personal as much on there. It's like 75% of it's business. Constantly putting out information which has no relevance to any person, like for example, like calories or how to train properly or this. And it's just for people to see it and think, oh, do you know what? I might drop a message further down the line, whatever. But that's fantastic information that I can take away now to go and help myself. So I get loads of messages, and this is fantastic. Like, obviously, it's great having a lot of clients and helping a lot of people, but I get people messaging me purely showing their results because of what I say on Instagram. So people, random messages come through and say, Phil, thank you so much for what you say and what you do on Instagram. And that means so much to me because I have no idea who this person is. Didn't even know they were on my Instagram, but they've been following me, implementing what I've said and got results just from that message.
Unbelievable, isn't it?
So that's it's brilliant. It makes me day. Yeah.
Did you see a big change in your socials when lockdown hit then? When gyms closed and all that? Or did you already have a massive presence anyway?
I had a big presence anyway. I've done loads of little funny videos, which are quite time consuming. And sometimes you can overthink them, can't you, as well? So I used to literally spend about 4 hours doing this 30-second video. I thought it's funny. So I used to rip like Gemma Collins and stuff like that. I'll get the video for you later. So I used to rip Gemma Collins. She just promoted Boombot. I thought, what are you doing, love?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? In fact, with my arguments about this is Gemma Collins says, I don't know how many millions of followers she's got, but it was a lot. I think it was 1.8 million at this point. And she's got an opportunity to show 1.8 million people how weight loss can happen. She is aware as in herself about how damaging social media is. Don't care what you say. Anyone who's got that massive following is aware how damaging social media is. So she had that opportunity to educate people and show people her journey. Yeah. This is what I'm doing. This is what I'm eating. I'm going to lose 3-4 stone, whatever it might be. But she didn't. Yeah. And she used her platform to sell Boombot because she got paid. Yeah. And all it is. And that pissed me right off.
It's just all about fucking paydays, that's all it is. Because she went on that sugar farm or whatever it was, weren't it, that show? And she fucking bottled it and she like, I'm not doing this, I can't do it.
Did she go on I'm a Celebrity as well?
Yeah, and she's been on fucking Big Brother and bailed Big Brother as well, bailed I'm a Celebrity. She's been on everything and just showed everyone.
The best
I'm just going to fucking quit here and walk out.
When she fell off the stage, that was honestly, I thought that made my day. That was brilliant. That was the best bit of television I've ever seen ever.
Fucking, people like that, as you said, they've got an opportunity to have an impact on that many fucking people. Yeah. And she's just doing stupid things. It's fucking don't it frustrate the life out of me.
That's probably another reason why I'm passionate.
And that's the thing, like, as I said, like, fucking social media, there's too many people using it for the wrong reasons. and like far too many fucking fake. I'm gonna say fake accounts, but like fake PTs,
Fake people.
fake people.
I
That's all it
hate,
is.
you know, my biggest thing, and it's only getting worse, is that people have got their Instagram life and their real life.
Yeah.
Like how people want to be perceived on Instagram matters more than their own life, and I think that's so sad.
I remember you put a post up, fucking, you were on Aldi.
Ferrari.
Sat
that
with
was
the
the other
Ferrari,
day,
and you were like, I've had this for 4 hours, people blagging this is their fucking life and all that.
But it's so true, innit? But I know like people who are social media influencers. I train a few people who are that, and the majority obviously they're lovely people, but some of them haven't got a pot to piss in, and their image is massive. Like, so why, that's whatever to people, do you know what I mean? Do whatever you want to do, not slagging anyone off, but you're so worried about how you come across on Instagram because you built up this massive reputation. You get given free stuff all the time, but your current life is not where you want it to be. Now, if it is where you want it to be, sound, I ain't got an issue. But don't come to me saying, Phil, what can I do? I'm struggling with this, and this. And I went, well, get off that. For starters, worry about your current life.
Consumes you, though.
It's destroying people. It's like likes don't pay bills. Likes don't pay bills, and
not at all.
You've got to think about what can I do with my life now, rather than just posting myself in with my house out or with a bikini, and then going back to your flat with your man. Do you know what I mean?
But it's everything, and Liverpool's quite a bad city for it, where people just live for the image, don't they? You know, you get all these little fucking cat slags who wear like fucking Balenciaga webs and all that, and like $12,000 coats, and then they're eating pot noodles on the Mars couch and all that. You know what I mean? I'm like,
that's a fantastic shout, that though, you know. But it is true, and I get so many black ones, and I look at them thinking they're not even real. Them.
Yeah. You're fucking there from Grady, little novice.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, Balenciaga.
It's daft. But there's a lad that I used to work with who done it. Like, he'd come to work and like fucking belt to cars all the time. And everyone's like, oh my God, he told a story about his half fella being this big head or something. He had pure dough. He was just spending all his money leasing cars every month to keep up a fucking image for everyone. Because someone I know fucking knew him personally and was like, lad, he lives in his ma's fucking spare room.
See it, yeah.
His half fella's a postman or something, do you know what I mean?
Probably liked that attention on his first car, didn't he?
Yeah, that's all it is.
I'll take photos of it, whatever. And I thought, I like that.
Yeah.
And it's a fake, it's sad. It's destroying people.
It's very sad. It's very sad. So, why do you do what you do?
But the passion behind it first, you know what I mean? So my goal is, and I'll be honest, I want people to know me for the right reasons, you know what I mean? For helping a lot of people and spouting a lot of good information.
Yeah.
Because there's so many people get far too much like credibility, and they get massive on Instagram for the wrong reasons, and they be selling all kinds of crap, and next minute they get a big following, whatever it might be, and no one's really putting out the information that I'm putting out, like the proper true information that's out there. So I just want to help as many people as possible. When that lad messaged me the other day, and I get them quite often, I thought that's brilliant, just from my messaging alone and watching my stories and my posts. Massive impact. Yeah, show me his before and after. He's lost quite a few stones.
And at the same time, I imagine, I'm not saying it's true, but I imagine somewhere in the back of your mind, you're thinking, why didn't I have someone like this when I was going through my bulimia struggles and stuff? Do you know what I mean? If you had someone like the same type of figure you are back then, just if social media didn't exist then, but like dropping something on social media and it could have just snapped you out of it. Do you know what I mean?
Definitely. So I know, once again, because I've been in the industry for so long anyway, how many lives I've impacted positively, and that satisfaction is through the roof.
Yeah.
People come to me with genuine life-changing either transformations or life-changing mentally, because like I say, sometimes it's not about weight loss at all. I can have people who could be the same way for 2 years, but their life is completely transformed mentally, and they feel so much better in themselves, so much more confidence. To be really, really low. I get clients telling me who are at the lowest of the low, and I'm like the counsellor to them, and I just give them direction.
Physical fitness it's proven to have scientifically proven to have positive effects on physical and mental health. Yeah. So even if you, as you said, if your weight's not changing, but your mental state's unbelievable,
that's exactly that.
A massive impact, and you can't see that though. That's something like you can see someone losing 30 pounds. You can't see someone who was fucking suicidal 1 minute and then really happy the next. Obviously, you can see that they're happy because their life's changing slightly, but that's something it's not tactile. You can't touch it.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it impacts a lot of people. Like people don't really show the negative emotions on social media either, so it's hard to see what people are going through, and then people...
You could have 6 days of feeling like shit and then post one picture and everyone thinks you've got this amazing life.
Yeah, that's exactly that. Exactly that.
As you said, it's just all false, isn't it?
It is, and like people obviously need to open up a lot more, but the whole lockdown situation with gyms closed, it was so detrimental in so many ways. It was shocking. Just obviously for someone like myself, I mean, COVID, deaths, whether people believe it or not, whatever, I'm not going to get into all that, but they were impacted by a lot with obesity as well. So if you were obese, you were at a much higher risk. People who started dying, rather than just being necessarily be older people, which it did impact a lot. People who were very unhealthy were impacted. People who had current problems were impacted, and essentially COVID just kicked them over the edge, whatever it might be. Now, why close gyms? When that's a clear factor, that obesity. But instead we do half price McDonald's instead.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean? Suicide
rates.
Out
fucking, what was it? Eat
out, help out.
Help out and all that.
Matt Hancock did a good job of that, didn't he?
Mate.
So we see all them memes.
And then he's being caught fingering the little dickhead.
What a tosser.
I can't deal with it.
I know.
Like, dude, this government, whatever credibility they had, they've fucking lost it all now anyway. Do you know what I mean? It's just
a joke.
And listen, right, I'm not a political person, and I'll vote Labour. I'm not a fucking Tory. I try and stay away from politics as much as I can. I felt our ass a little bit because I'm like, okay, it's a fucking worldwide pandemic. No one knows what they're doing. They're trying the best, but they've failed miserably. They fell on their ass. It's the fact, as you said, like, obesity was a proven factor. You're vulnerable now. You need to be healthy. Let's close gyms, as you've said. Let's fucking give you half bat on Mackies and all that. Like,
as if it wasn't
you're just pushing people fucking further and further down the fucking road, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's ridiculous. And then, like, suicide rates were through the roof because gyms is a massive mental. People who are regular in the gyms would be so affected by the gyms closing, and it was a massive effect. Suicide rates through the roof.
Exactly.
But, people just became so negative in themselves.
But it got to a point where it was that fucking stupid. You had the instance with fucking Nathan up at Prophecy Performance when the fucking busies raided them, fucking webbing people everywhere. And the lad ended up with a broken leg. Nathan got fucking tackled by about 9 busies and like volleying him everywhere. And I was like,
ridiculous.
All they're trying to do is stay fit and healthy. They're not fucking nonsense kids. They're not fucking robbing shops, robbing banks. They're not murdering people. They're trying to get fit. And you're fucking spending half a Merseyside police fucking funding, waiting outside the gym.
And the worst thing about it, I bet someone was getting held up with a fucking knife to the throat, waiting about 5 hours for the police to turn up. But they had 14 police cars because people were inside the gym. Like, when you look at that,
squatting, lad, you know what
people squatting, you know what I mean? Squatting, coming down, you do a 1 minute max to get arrested. And they go for our place Mackies. What a fucking night that is. You know what? It doesn't make sense, does it? So that's why the government, obviously they've messed up, but you've lost so much respect. That's why no one's getting a vaccine. Because no one trusts anything that they do. No. Like, no, I didn't bash an iron about the flu jab or any other jab, but I'm not getting the vaccine because I'm thinking, I don't trust anything that you've done in the past 18 months. No. So fuck that. Do you know what I mean? But even Matt Hancock, right? I mean, if he would have been a lot better in the past 18 months, he's been in the limelight. If he would have made much better decisions, people would have went, what a fucking hero that guy is, necking that woman. Well, whatever, obviously wrong way done because he's cheating and all that. But the backlash that he got was deserved. But if he would have been like a top fella in the past, people would like, leave him alone, leave him in, put him back in. We all make mistakes.
But because fucking he's done so shit, people have just gone like bang, jumping right on him.
Yeah, I mean,
So before we move on to the game, I just want a final message then about how important it is having a healthy lifestyle. So if someone like myself have put fucking 4 stone on, if I was now to sort of say to you, like, listen, Phil, I want to turn my life around, what direction do I need to go in? What do I need to concentrate on?
So obviously we've highlighted a lot of importances of why you need to have a healthy lifestyle. First of all, with the obesity, with COVID, that's linked massively. People are so unhealthy in general nowadays. It's ridiculous. And people are so worried about starting a gym. We're constantly comparing ourselves to other people. We compare our behind the scenes to other people's highlights on Instagram all the time. It's very negative. So people just need to focus on themselves. And the gym is a very good opportunity to do that. So if you are unhealthy, you want to lose a bit of weight, or you're very unconfident in the gym, then just start off very, very slow. The first bit of advice is compare yourself to you. So if you've lost a pound, fantastic. If you haven't been in a gym before, but you went once this week, fantastic. If you normally get a bus to work, but you're walking a few stops, fantastic. That's your own progression. You need to really be clued up on that and just focus on yourself. From there, just take it nice and easy. Understand, first of all, why weight loss happens or how it happens, and that's to do with calorie deficit. So my messages, obviously, on Instagram talk so much about that. So
calories in, calories out, innit?
Exactly that. If you consume 2,500 calories, but your day-to-day activity, whether it's waking up, having a shit, going to the gym, eating food, is only 2,000, you've got 500 calories, which are going to get stored. That's it. Regardless. That's all I need to say on that. If you consume 2,000 calories and you're burning 2,000, then you're going to match it. You're not going to lose weight or gain. If you consume less and you burn off 2,000 calories, then you're going to burn off what you eat and then a little bit more. which is what you need to do. So obviously people need to bring this down a little bit, how much they consume, and up this. Like, for example, go and get your 10k steps in every single day. You don't need the fancy Fitbit, you don't need anything at all. You just need to go and get your 10k steps in from your phone. Monitors your steps.
Strava or anything, don't you?
Simplicity. Gym wise as well, start off in a gym. Don't have to go and do some mad squats, mad bench presses, nothing like that at all. Start with the machines. Even, in fact, walk in, go on a treadmill, get your comfort zone. No one judges anyone on a treadmill, really. Monitor the gym, see what's going on, scope the area. There's the free weights, there's the machines. Could even be a ladies only section there.
It's all about form as well in the gym, innit? Like, a lot of people just think it's lifting heavy straight away.
Oh, not at all.
Like, you can have a much better sort of impact by just lifting lighter weights properly than fucking bursting your fucking guts trying to lift massive heavy weights.
Form is everything. So what happens when you do the forms, that you get a better contraction, you get a better range of motion, you're putting the muscles through its full shortened length to its obviously extended length. So form's huge.
Huge. Now, clients then, so I was going to move on to the game, but I want to go back onto clients. So you mentioned before about having free staff.
Yeah.
So are they with the PT business?
Yeah, 2 of them are coaches. Okay. So I've got 2 coaches. So obviously there's a lot of online clients, so it's just extra support for them as well, including myself. So I message, they message as well. So it's just constant support.
So there's someone there all the time.
Someone there all the time, 24/7. So it's a good system. It's a nice system.
How many clients you sort of have at any one point?
So, well, it's online, innit?
Yeah.
So
Pierce, do you still do one-to-one clients?
No, not really. It's 99% online now. So I've still got access to a gym. I help a few people out. I've got old school clients that I had for years that just love me.
Yeah.
What's not to love? Do you know what I mean? There's a lot of loving going on here. So they just love me. So I've had them for years. They ain't going anywhere, which is fantastic. So I thought I can't just leave them. They were there from day one with me. I'm not just going to leave them. So I've got a few, but don't take any more in person because the online platform is fantastic. It's getting better results than it ever has done at the moment because it's got a good system. You come on board regardless of your goals. You could be very advanced. You could be very beginner level. I've been for every phase. Whatever you come to me at, I've been in and done it.
And you know
I've had my food problems. I've had my mental health problems. I've been fat. I've been skinny. I've been big. I've been strong, lean, whatever.
Do you have the same approach for every client, or just sort of have a consultation and understand them as a person?
Understand them as a person. Understand their problems, and sometimes not always physical as well. Like there's a lot of mental problems.
Blocks,
massively. They're very unconfident in themselves. So there's a lot of things that we've got to tackle. And then certain coaches are just better to deal with certain type of clients, and then I have certain clients as well.
Boss, do you have like a sort of standard time that people stay with you, or is it just vary depending on what their goals
are? Now, I'll be upfront and honest. The in-person coaching, people like that because you got to show up. Yeah. You have to show up. You pay for the set you booked
It's easy to go, I'm not logging on tonight. I'll just sit on the couch.
That's it. And then I'm chasing them, but it could be an online chase, so it's like a message, maybe a little phone call, whatever, like sort your shit out, let's have a call. But it's very easy to kind of get ghosted online a little bit.
Massively, yeah.
But because people get so easily distracted. So for example, if you plan to go to the gym, the next minute you make phone just saying, Phil, burger and a pint for $6.95, what do you reckon?
You're fucking there,
aren't you? Do you know what I mean? Sorry, Phil, mate. You've got to take me to Dr. Vets. Do you know what I mean? I come up with this.
It's so, people, I still do it now, like, and I'm a fucking grown ass man, and I say to me bed, like, I don't fancy doing them plans. And instead of just saying to someone, I'm not doing that, I'm like, my ma's fell down the stairs again. I'm going down to my ma, and like, she goes, why are you lying? Just tell them the truth. And then, you just lie because you can't be honest.
I'm a Karma fan as well, so next my mum makes me next week. I was like, shit, what are you doing? Do you know what I mean? So it's but in that aspect, with that, you got to take a different approach and say, right, we need to attack it in a different way. So it's a lot more variations with the online. But once people have found the feet and found the rhythm, they'll stay on it. For a long time, and you stay on for as long as you want. Because even when you look at the price points, say like you had a price point of like 150, 200 quid, 250. Let's go for the high end price point, 250, whatever it might be. The average person will spend more than that. Yeah. You just eat two ton a month.
Oh, that's berserk. Like,
so
and it got to the point where
I work out to 2 ton a month.
Something like that. So what happened? Like, I'd look through the fucking orders, and if it was between 30 and 50 quid, that was like a family chippy. I'd bought everyone it. But then in 1 week, there'd be like 35 quid on a Saturday, and then it'd be Sunday, 11 quid, Wednesday, 9 quid, Friday, 11 quid. And that's because I've had me tea, And then I've gone to where I'm peckish, and I've ordered the takeaway.
Yeah.
And she's like, "You've had your tea, lad." I'm like, "I don't know, but I just want a
It's
chicken
only a little-
burger."
It's only a spring roll there.
Yeah,
It's only-
and
it's
like
only
that's
little-
how bad it was. And then again, yeah, it's averaging fucking 2 to 3 ton a month on
Yeah.
fucking food.
And then put people spoke.
It's a mortgage.
People
now,
think lads nowadays, girls nowadays, like I'm 31. How old are you now? 30.
30.
So if you were like 20 to 25, you're out every weekend with your black Balenciagas on,
Yeah.
spending 100, maybe 200 quid. If you're a lad, you're spending 3 times what you can time to impress the birds.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So you're buying them there things, all the other
50
shite you
bags
probably
everywhere.
50 bags everywhere. Do you know what I mean?
It is.
Yeah.
And you could just fucking invest that on yourself.
Exactly that. So to whatever your price point is as a PT or a coach, people are spending that now
Do
on
you have set packages for prices, or do you just go look at someone and go, right, what do you want? What do
Yeah,
you want to get?
if I look at this guy, he's going, but that's got fucking hell, 3 ton a month, pal. Do you know what I mean? Now I'm only joking. So, yeah, I've got set things. So I've got me academy, which is me lower end price point.
Yeah.
That's only £40 a month. So you come on board with that, and that's like,
It's fucking buttons.
exactly, that's £10 a week, it's a bottle of wine a week. And what happens on that is I've got my own app as well.
Yeah.
You get all the tools that you
I've got
need.
my own app and all that.
Yeah, just follow
Plugging
me.
everywhere.
Phil Downing at onlinecoach.com.
You can fucking plug it at the end.
Yeah, sorry, mate. I'm going to plug it now. Are we plugging now? I'm going to plug.
Plug
I'll
away.
Plug it away. I'm halfway in.
Plug away.
Do you know what I mean? So I thought that's where we're going with it.
Yeah, we are.
So that's £40 a month anyway. But on that, that's where you get all the tools. So people might not want that one-to-one interaction.
Yeah.
And you just want to feel, just want to play.
Like hide in the shadows, don't they?
Yeah, because people, this is more probably for people who begin to advance, that they don't need to be told to go to the gym.
Yeah.
Because they're going to go to the gym anyway. They just want that guidance, bit extra support. What's my calories? What do I need to do? What's my target? They get on board. We have check-ins once a month.
Yeah.
Easy.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? They stick to it. Then I've got me higher end one-to-one where we have a lot more communication. And that's a majority of my day. So my day is made up of checking in with me one-to-ones.
And that's why the price has got to reflect that. Because as you said, you're investing your
so that's
time.
that's
Time is money,
$150 a
innit?
month. That one, but it's my.
But that's still
It's not,
that's
is it?
expensive.
No, it's not. But there's people. I mean, I know lads who work in London who pretty much have a similar platform as myself in terms of how they deliver. Very knowledgeable like me. Not just saying that big by the way, but yeah, like on my level potentially in London, and they're charging $400 a month. There's people in Dubai charging $450, $500 a month.
But it does my head in, because like I sit there and I am a person to go, I can't afford a PT, right? And then I was going through my finances a few weeks back, and like just subscription services alone, I was spending about 160 quid a month in subscriptions. That's like Netflix, Amazon Prime, Patreon, PlayStation, fucking everything, LFC TV. Because I used to fucking shy away from my finances, and I was going through it, and I was like, don't watch that. Don't watch that. Don't watch that. Because you look at the $7.99, you go, what's on that? And it just builds up, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, them little
it's like 160 quid.
I bet you
I could have had your
cheetah.
fucking full works fucking PT sessions. You know what I mean?
I bet you sponsor the cheetah in Africa, don't you?
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
I've got a fucking penguin and everything. I swear.
Paddy the penguin. That's mine.
No, lad, it is. It's fucking... And that's all people need to do. It's decision making, innit?
It is.
Like, and I'm the worst for it.
Priorities.
It is.
Isn't it? Ultimately, and that's what you got to do. But at the end of the day, look at how much of an unhealthy nation we are.
Yeah.
And the, like say, anxiety and depression's through the roof.
Yeah.
You need to have a plan in place for your own physical being.
That's what's going to fix it, though. You just got to make the decision, haven't you?
So I'm going to take over the world.
Take over the
I'm
world.
going to take over the world. I really am, you know.
Take over the world, yeah.
It's been a slow journey so far,
Fucking
but I'm
love
going to do it.
Good lad. Got
I
faith in
know.
you.
Thank you very much.
Fucking 12 years of graft.
So I know, yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
You're fucking slowly taking over.
Slowly.
Right, so I'm going to move on to the game.
Okay.
It's called Everyone Has Their Price. I'll ask you a series of stupid questions to see what you're willing to do for the payout. It's just a bit of a laugh, right? You ready? Ready?
It's time for everyone has their price. Find out if you're nasty or nice.
So, I have 4 questions and I've gave them a price. So I'll give you a scenario. So I'll say, for this much amount of money, would you do this? Right? It's only a game. So, question number 1. There's 250 grand on the table, right? You've got to let your Peter shave nonce into the side of your head every month for a year. Like, you know, the people just get like night ticks and all that in the back of the head.
I'd say, yeah.
Just shave nonce.
Okay. Oh, no, nonce is heavy, innit?
It's only 250, it's fucking 250 grand.
I know, but nonce is heavy.
Yeah,
I've got to
but-
go and tell people, can I wear a cap for a year? Or have I got to show it?
No, you got to show it.
Oh, fuck me. No, nonce is heavy. Nonce is bad.
The thing is though, right, I've said
Nonce
this
is-
before,
I
right?
know.
I've asked my brother, like, would he drive around in a car with non-spray painted on the side for like 500 grand? And he was like, listen, nonces don't fucking advertise that the nonces do they? I was like, that's true.
I'm going to take the 250. Thank you.
250 grand,
Thank
innit?
you very
It's fucking
much.
sorted. You're
Thank you
flying,
very
yeah.
much, yeah.
Yeah, it's only a year, innit?
It's a year. It's going to be a long year.
It's gonna be a
But
long year, yeah.
I've got to explain to a lot of
Imagine
people.
just having
I've got to
nonce in your ear,
explain
though.
to a lot of people that listen.
There's financial gain to this.
Yeah, and I'll say, listen, I'll give it 5 if you walk away. Because I'm 250 grand up. Okay, do you know what I mean? So, leave me alone. There's your fiver. Don't put me on Instagram.
The
Whatever.
implications, there's fucking 250
Yeah, I
grand.
tell you what,
innit?
I'll lose about 100 grand giving people fivers.
Fivers, you would be skint. Right, sound then, move on. 300 grand.
Cool.
Remember the movie Super Size Me, was it? Where the fella lived in like Mackey's for like 6 months or whatever and put
Yeah.
pure weight on. You've got to do that. Just live on nothing but like Mackey's and KFC for 6 months. Put like fucking 6 stone on in pure fat and grease.
Oh, for 300 grand. Oh, that's a lot of money. I mean, I just buy Botox back. Right? Do you know what I mean? Just get
You got
fat
fucking-
sucked out of me.
Gastric
I've
bands
gotta wait,
everywhere.
So I've
Like,
got to
oh.
accept 12 years of hard work is going to potentially go.
Yeah.
Can I still go to the gym in this 6 months? You're going to say no, just
No,
just
you've got to be a fucking lard ass for 6 months. Just like snorting Mackey's milkshakes and everything. And then at the end of the 6 months, you can fucking blast it again and get back to yourself. But how hard's that going to be?
It's gonna be tough because I will. Oh my god! I'm actually thinking about this as if it's a real life thing. By the way, I don't know what it means. 300 grand's a lot of money, but I might have to decline.
Listen,
That's a genuine thing, and the reason for it is that I've worked so hard to where I am now, and it affects my business
yeah.
a lot. Do you know what I mean? So I think looking at that,
It has to be
That's
a
a
lot.
genuine
It has to be
answer.
300 mil, doesn't it?
300 mil because I've got
Yeah.
to live. I won't be able to sell PT ever again.
Exactly.
Scoffing.
Imagine you just like that.
Sweating
Listen,
nuggets.
do some squats there, lad, and just like fucking
Yeah.
flicking nuggets in
I'll
the air
have
and all that.
me thing on Instagram would be, listen, I don't look the part, but I know what I'm doing. That's the thing. And I've got 300
Yeah.
grand to my name, so
Yeah. You fucking do look the part, you're just a liar.
I do now, but not after 6 months.
Oh, yeah. After fucking 6 months of Mackey's, yeah, you're fucked. Sound then. You're still 250 up.
250 up.
2 more.
Okay.
We're there. No, I've got 3 more. 3 a couple in
Why
for
are
you.
you giving me more than other people?
No. 100 grand. Right?
Yeah.
You've got to... see, this one doesn't really work now because I thought you were doing a lot of one-to-ones. So, say you've got fucking... How many one-to-one PT sessions would you have in a week, the most?
6 to 8.
All right, that's enough then.
Okay.
So for 100 grand, you've got to deliver a week's worth of PTs with a butt plug stuck up your ass.
I do that anyway.
Just fucking sat there like that.
Hey!
Do that anyway. Fucking sounding. 100 grand flying. Wasn't expecting that.
How much money am I now?
So that's
350
350 now.
that's
You're up.
fucking
Yeah, there's a
smashed
big one. $500,000 on the table, yeah. And do you know what? When I wrote this, I thought it was worse, but it's fucking not now. It's not that bad. So for 500 grand, you've got to collect a year's worth of sweat from all your clients, right? Crystallize it and snort it on Instagram Live. I don't even know if you can crystallize sweat, can you?
I don't think you can, but that's a fat line
That's
as
a
well, by
big
the way.
line, isn't it?
I don't.
$500,000 on Instagram Live. You
I'm
can take
what-
breaks.
No, I'm alright because I've got 350 in the bank there. Don't
sounds
need
not
to half a
doing
mil.
Right then, last one. You got a beard at the minute?
Yeah.
You have? All right then.
Okay.
So here we go.
This is tasty, there.
400 grand.
Absolutely.
There's love involved, but it's 400 grand, right?
Go on.
I think it's a current client and a next client. So Mr. Paul Smith and John Charles, you got to let them run a train on your bed for 400 grand in front of you.
Oh, that's heavy, that one, didn't it? I reckon John Charles got a whopper down, so not him. Not him.
Yeah, I had him on. He's got a fucking sword on him, and
He walks in, lad, so you
it's
can
like a
see.
baby's arm holding up top of the apple, just like that. Damn.
Like a teared fucking leg, innit? So he's definitely not getting through it, because she won't ever feel mine ever again.
So no then.
I Paul Smith be over in 10 seconds, so I'll have him.
Yeah, you just fucking
he-
just look at it
yeah.
and fucking come and
Yeah,
back everywhere.
straight away, won't he? So I'll let Paul Smith get through it, because I've gone...
Like 200 grand then, if there's only one going through
So
it,
how
you
much
can
am I
have it.
now? I'm doing sound now.
So
alright.
yeah, so you're 550 grand up, $500,000, you're flying.
Perfect.
Flying.
Go on.
That's it
That's
then,
it.
that's the game, yeah. So the next section then, it's what sort of plans you have for the future. It can be personal, it can be business related. What sort of ideas have you got going forward?
Plans for the future. I probably want to continue the way I'm going.
Yeah.
Like I'm in a very good position at the moment with business, with the amount of people I'm helping. Like my ultimate goal, from a selfish perspective, maybe then is you want to get to a point where you don't really want to work every single day. You want to have a lot more freedom. Don't you? Freedom is a fantastic
But this
thing
is what
to achieve.
Scano talks about all the time. He
Yeah.
wants to be able to have passive income, you know, so he's got a bit of time back. So
That's it.
it's the goal for everyone.
Investing is a huge one.
Yeah.
Investing is massive. So I've got 2 things at the moment which I've invested in, which give me money back, which is fantastic.
Yeah.
I want maybe 5 sources of income
Yeah.
in the next 5 years. So I've got, including my own business, I've got 3 sources now, but I probably want 5 sources of passive income in the next 5 years. And then I'm on to things then, and then slowly but surely build up a better team, a bigger team,
Yeah.
and eventually do little work. Like obviously I do a lot of work now in my current business. I probably couldn't go away for 2 weeks and not do anything, and my business grow.
Yeah.
I could go away for 2 weeks, I could put things in place, it'd be a lot of hard work,
Yeah.
just no growth, and I might come back to a few problems. So I want to eliminate that
Yeah.
essentially in 5 years time again. I have the ability to go away in 2 weeks. Business grows. When the business grows whilst you're away, you've smashed it.
Yeah, you
that's
have.
exactly what you want to achieve.
Yeah.
And then obviously on top of that, there's 5 sources of passive income as well. So that's
Boss.
my goals, yeah.
And listen, you're fucking what? You're not even 32 yet. They're still very achievable.
lads.
Like,
Yeah,
you're still
thank you
fucking
very
young.
much.
You know, the sky's the limit. What you've created so far is unbelievable.
That means a lot.
Yeah,
Thank you very
it's
much.
fucking true, mate. And that 5-year goal, I reckon you'll smash it in fucking 2.5, 3 years, mate. Obviously, COVID's put a spanner in the work. Well, I say it's put a spanner in the works.
It did.
Your online things fucking probably boomed as well.
It did to an extent, but I was very gym based. My message was taught to people about the gyms, what to do in gyms, how to be confident in gyms.
Okay.
Gyms closed like
So now you're in living
right,
rooms.
because I had a lot of guys who, similar to myself, depend on the gym to create that
equipment,
resistance.
yeah.
To need that equipment, and then I about, oh my god, the amount of messages. Phil, can you lend me a pair of 10-kilo dumbbells? I'm like, listen, I was supposed to for 3 years,
Yeah.
like it. Do you know what I
Just some
mean?
fucking dumbbells, lad.
Yeah. So it was hard. That was tough.
It's bench
Tough
press the
little
kids,
dip.
innit?
Bench press the kids, yeah.
That's what
Felicity,
I'm
fucking hell.
saying. Imagine just fucking bench pressing kids
She
everywhere.
hit the sky a few times, like, I don't know if she's going to go back down, dude. It's probably causing me elbow problems.
Yeah,
That,
that's
you
why
know
your
what I mean?
elbow's finished.
So that's my goals, and that's what I want to achieve. So big goals, big ambitions. I think I can achieve them.
Yeah,
I
of course
want
you
to.
can.
So, what's your goals?
My goals, well, fucking, I've said this before. I'm an engineer. I work for in Jaguar Land Rover. But since sort of getting into stand up and then this, we produce all our own sort of material. A lot of people use studios to go and produce theirs in. So there's a gap in the market. So I just love all things fucking media, chat and shit and all that. Like because of the stand up, because I'm only new to it. Like when you apply for gigs, there's 4 different roles within a stand-up scene. You have like your MC, your opener, your middles, and your closing act.
Yeah.
So I'm at a level where I can only really get like open spots in the middle. I've opened 1 or 2 shows, smaller shows, but not a massive. But I wanted to have a go at MCing because I was like, I feel like I've got a decent rapport with the crowd. I'm quite quick-witted. I was like, that's something I want to do. But when I've applied for gigs, they're like, you've got no prior experience, can't really give you it. And I was at a gig in Manchester on Thursday last week. And on the way home, I was thinking, I'm going to run my own comedy night, you know. So I got back fucking Friday, contacted the fucking couple of venues, didn't I? And I'm running my own comedy night now. So I've got 2 venues. So I've got the Grove in Anfield, only a small boozer. So I start that on the 16th of July. And that's every 3 weeks then, running a comedy night there. It's like a new act, new material night. So I'll have like 10 acts on, I'll MC it, and they'll just perform. But I've got the Irish Centre by the Olympia on the 23rd of July. And that can hold about 120 people. And it's a free night.
That's boss.
I'm not charging ticket prices or anything. I'm going to do a bucket split for the acts. But the lineup's really good as well. I've got a good headliner, Eddie. He's coming to do it for us, Eddie Fortune. So I just want to get into fucking producing, comedy, everything.
See, I think obviously Jaguar's decent and all that, but when you're just not living payday as such, but there's no real progression in that. And then once you do something you're passionate about, it just opens up so many avenues. And like sometimes you got to take a step back to kind of take 2 steps forward.
Exactly.
But like what you've done already is fantastic with this podcast, and you obviously.
And that's the thing. Like I always thought like, oh no, it's about your salary, it's about how much money you earn, and I've always been fixated on it. And I'm grateful for where I am because I started on the shop floor. I was just agency staff, fucking putting screws in seats. And now I've left. I went to I was working for the central team for 3 years for the Centre of Excellence, come back to the plant. I'm an engineer. I'm on a decent wage. I'm grateful for everything I've got. But I'm like, does it make me happy long term? So I've said, once I settle all my fucking debts that I've got, I could happily take a pay cut. As long as it fucking covers my bills, it puts food in my kids' mouths and stuff, and I'm doing something I love, then I want to do it.
Perfect.
So that's the plan I've got.
Well
anyway.
in, mate.
That's the
I
plan
love
I've got. Right before we go then, I'll give you another opportunity to plug then. So what do you want to plug?
I think, well, obviously, me program is brilliant. Obviously, it's brilliant because there's so much experience behind the program as well. I want people to be aware of that. The academy is with low-end price points, so if you think the one-to-one's a little bit too much, that's fine. The academy gives you the opportunity to have all the tools in front of you, and you still get monitored by either myself or my coaches on a regular basis. It's £40 per month, and it will change your life.
So where can people find this?
Message myself on Instagram, Phil Downing, online coach. I'll send them the link, and they'll be able to sign up.
Yeah. Your website's very user-friendly as well.
Website's very useful, thank you very much.
Yeah,
Did have good stuff,
I've gone
didn't
through
you?
it today, yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Ins and outs, all your
Ins and
testimonials
outs,
and everything.
Botox, the lot.
Yeah.
But,
No, it is really good website.
Thank you very much. So, the academy's there, and that's probably what I put, because obviously the one-to-one, I'm limited with how many people I can take on with the one-to-one
It's only
side of things,
24
because
hours a
that
day, isn't it?
takes up time. So my day spent on dealing with a lot of them, which is fine. So I'm capped. The academy is not necessarily capped.
Yeah.
So join the academy, and then if you even want to join the one-to-one at any given point, you're more than welcome to. But that's £40 a month, and I highly advise people to jump on that if they're serious about changing their life.
Well, I'll be fucking getting on anyway because I need it. Fucking chippy tits over here.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Right,
My
Phil.
next project. Go on.
Thank you very much, mate. It was an absolute pleasure.
That was brilliant.
No worries.
I enjoyed
Cheers, buddy.
that. Thank you very much.